Hello and welcome to another Zero to Hero yoga class. Today we are doing Vinyasa style and we're going to work shoulders and back. So this is the class if you want to stand taller and have better posture, looking taller, leaner, stronger. This is the one. So I don't think you'll even need much for props. So getting yourself cozy, whatever you need, and then we will head into Balasana Child's Pose, or of course, whatever centering posture works best for you. But let's get her done. Taking those first few moments to get settled in, hips melting down towards the feet, and closing the eyes. Taking a few moments just to be present, feeling the floor beneath you, the temperature of the air on your skin, checking in with your joints. How are the ankles feeling? Knees, hips, back. Reminding yourself not to go further than is healthy for you today. And for the next few moments, setting an intention for your practice. With all of the benefits to yoga, just isolating one of them to focus on for today's practice. Holding that thought for a few moments. And then take 3 slow, deep breaths through the nose. Nice expansive breaths. So feeling the ribs as wide as possible in all 4 directions, like a balloon. Taking all the time you need. And when all 3 deep breaths are complete, nice and slow, make your way towards our first downward facing dog. Tucking those toes under, taking your time as the hips go up and back, maybe walking it out a little bit, maybe shifting the hips side to side. And then send the feet forward all the way to the top of your mat, landing in a forward fold. Let the head hang. And slowly, one vertebra at a time, ragdoll all the way up to standing. And we'll get warmed up with a few sun salutations. Heels and toes together, standing up nice and tall in Tadasana mountain pose. Here we go. Inhale, raise the arms way up high. On the exhale, gliding forward, nice and smooth, all the way down. Inhale for flat back, long through the neck. And exhale, down, heading back to plank and lowering chaturanga. Inhale for cobra or up dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. A few deep breaths here. Now that we're past our midway in this 0 to hero challenge, thinking right away about our alignment check. So shoulders away from the ears, pouring weight into the roots of the index fingers, and heels lowering down towards the floor. And send the feet forward, inhaling for flat back, and exhale, forward fold. Inhale all the way up, reaching up high, getting a little bit taller. And exhale to a tall mountain. And again, inhale, arms go up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale for flat back. Exhale, down, heading back to plank. And lowering chaturanga. Inhale, up. And exhale, downward facing dog. For 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Send the feet forward, inhaling for flat back, and exhale, forward fold. Inhale all the way up, reaching up high, getting taller. And exhale to a tall mountain. Just 1 more. Inhale, arms go up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale for flat back. Exhale down, heading back to plank. And lowering chaturanga. Inhale, up. And exhale, downward facing dog. For 1, shoulders away from the ears. 2, pouring weight into the roots of the index fingers. 3, 4, and 5. Send the feet forward, inhaling for flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale all the way up, reaching up high, getting taller. And exhale to a tall mountain. Here we go. Inhale, arms go up. Exhale, gliding forward. Inhale for flat back. Exhale, down, heading back to plank. And lowering chaturanga. Inhale, up. And exhale, downward facing dog. From here, we'll lower to our bellies so we can go forward to plank, lowering through chaturanga and all the way down, preparing for our T's. So, arms out to the sides. Double check that they're not behind you, but right out to the sides. And when they are, nose to the mat. Looks like I'm stumbling out of the frame of camera. Sorry about that. But that's no excuse for me. I'm going to keep going, okay? So, what I do need is my timer. I was so proud of myself today. I was all prepared. Not. Okay. Here we go. Actually, I'll turn sideways. Then part of me. Nope, doesn't work. Now I'm just procrastinating. Here we go. Arms go up for our T's. You know the drill. While you're here, scooping the belly in, almost like you're trying to bring the belly off the floor. Tucking the tailbone under, shoulders away from the ears, long through the back of the neck. The arms are only going up and down just a couple inches, nothing major. What I love to do here, it can be hooey, but maybe manifesting is a thing. If not, whatever, I'm thinking about my goals. Think about one specific goal and think about flying towards that goal. This is like a flying motion. Why not think about that? So pick a goal, flying towards it. Visualize it, see it. Breathing deep, belly scoops in. Keep going. Double check, shoulders away from the ears. Arms are straight and long. Energy right through to the fingertips. Belly off the floor, almost we're trying. Tucking the tailbone under. Keep going, almost done. And release. Maybe head into a child's pose, softening through the neck, or you can stay in revolved shavasana, laying in your belly, just taking a bit of a break, because we deserve it. You do the work and then you do a break. It makes yoga funner if you can take little rests. And then heading back to downward facing dog, up and back, downward dog. And send the feet forward all the way to the top. Inhaling for flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale all the way up, reaching up high, getting taller. Feeling the back nice and warm. And returning to Tadasana mountain pose. And again, inhale, arms go up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale for flat back. Exhale down, heading back to plank. And lowering chaturanga. Inhale, up. And exhale, downward facing dog. Shoulders away from the ears. Weight into the roots of the index fingers. Heels lowering down towards the floor. And lowering through hands and knees, lowering all the way to your bellies. Preparing for our Ys. So same thing, but arms are in like a YMCA without the MCA. Okay, here we go. I'm going to flip our timer over. Oh, my arms are completely out of the picture, but they're like this. Okay, my thumbs are pointing up, like hitchhiking position, and the pinkies are on the floor. Okay, here we go. Shoulders down away from the ears. We're going. We're starting. Tucking the tailbone under, pulling the belly up off the floor. This one should feel like seriously awkward, really bizarre, very strange, very awkward. And then you know you're doing it right, and you know you're getting stronger. So once again, find that goal. This is not necessarily as much a flying kind of situation, but may as well think of your goal, visualize it, and heading right for it. Maybe instead of flying, maybe we're running. Breathing deep. Shoulders down away from the ears. Pull the belly in, tuck the tailbone under. If you need to rest, that is no problem at all. Honor your body. Keep going if you can. And if you rest, hop back in as soon as you're able. Double check. Shoulders down away from the ears. Arms are straight and strong. Tucking the tailbone under. And breathing deep. Last 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release. Maybe into pancake pose or maybe into child's pose. Softening and melting. See if you can feel all the spaces. I feel right between the shoulder blades, but towards the bottom and the shoulders. Just feel that warmth you created. And then heading up and back to downward facing dog. And then send the feet forward. Inhaling for flat back. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale all the way up, reaching up high, getting taller. And exhale to a tall mountain. Another vinyasa. We inhale, arms go up. Exhale, gliding forward, nice and smooth. Inhale for flat back. Exhale down, heading back through plank. And lowering chaturanga. Inhale, up. And exhale, downward facing dog. Or child's pose. For 1. Remember your alignment checks if you're in down dog. 2. 3. 4. And 5. Gently lowering through hands and knees. All the way up to our bellies. Preparing now for Shalabhasana locust pose, but we'll do this one a few times. So I'll explain as we go, but just for fun, I'm going to start the timer right now. For Shalabhasana locust pose, point the toes and squeeze the legs together, arms along your sides, palms facing up. And then we start nose to the floor, but then we lift up the nose off the floor, shoulders come up off the floor, and squeeze the legs together so much that they come up off the floor with the knees straight. Then The arms are just kind of blah, even though they feel like they ought to be because they deserve a rest, but not yet. Squeeze the shoulder blades together, and your arms are like wings, reaching the fingertips to the back wall. Reaching, reaching. Squeeze the legs together. Lift them as high as they'll go with the legs locked straight. Toes pointed. Shoulders down. Shoulder blades squeezed together. And release. Cheek to the hands. You can stack the hands and put your cheek on the hands. Couple deep breaths for 1. And 2. Again, Shalabhasana. Squeeze the legs together, arms along the sides, palms facing up, and the nose comes up off the floor. Squeezing legs, they come up off the floor. Squeeze the shoulder blades together, the arms come up off the floor. Fingertips reaching for the back wall. Squeezing, squeezing, legs together, squeeze them together, squeeze them together. Breathing, holding. Squeeze the glutes, point the toes. Shoulder blades down the back, shoulders away from the ears. And release. Other cheek to the hands. Couple deep breaths for 1. And 2. Just one more Shalabhasana. Here we go. Nose to the floor, arms along the sides, palms facing up. Squeeze the legs together, point the toes, peel the chest off the floor, and go. Shalabhasana. Breathing deep. Fingertips reaching to the back wall, squeezing the shoulder blades together and down the back, pointing the toes. Legs are locked straight. Glutes are fired. Not like fired, we're firing them when they're done, but like firing up the glutes, squeezing the glutes. Fingertips are reaching for the floor or for the wall somewhere. I've lost track. Let's relax. Cheek to the hands. Whew. I feel like if you're not tired after that one, you weren't squeezing quite enough. Heading into child's pose or downward facing dog. Few deep breaths. Shoulders away from the ears if you're in down dog. Pouring weight into the roots of the fingers. And send the feet forward. Inhaling for flat back. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale all the way up, reaching up high, getting taller. And exhale to a tall mountain. And again, we Vinyasa. Inhale, arms go up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale for flat back. Exhale down, heading back to plank. And lower chaturanga. Inhale, up. And exhale, downward facing dog. From here, lowering through hands and knees. Heading into our wide push-ups. These ones, it's a love-hate relationship. I love how they make my body stronger. Nothing else about them do I like. But they do make us very, very strong, and the lats as well. So remember, you can keep your knees on the floor. I am. Wide stance with the hands. Belly scoop in, and we lower, we straighten. Keep going. That is it. At your own pace. Keep the entire palms on the floor, and just keep going. Arms bend, arms straight. Arms bend, arms straight. Keep going. Try if you can to make it more with the core than anything else. So pelvic floor pulls up. Belly scoops in. If you want that extra challenge, get those knees up off the floor. If you're starting with the knees off the floor and you need to modify at any point, totally Totally okay. Keep going. Try to keep going in this one, even if you have to kind of like take a little while to get going on the next one. But if you do need a full child's pose, absolutely let those shoulders rest. The idea is we want to honor our body, but not let yourself off the hook either. So it's kind of a balancing act. Dig deep. Don't let yourself quit too soon. We're in the home stretch now. So pelvic floor pulls up, belly scoops in. More about the core, more about the core, more about the core. Use those abs. Strong, strong abs. Almost done. Last 5 seconds or so. I guess it was more like or so. I'm going to guess 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Find a pancake or a child's pose. Take a rest. I really feel like of all of the exercises, that one for sure we deserve a rest. Full deep breaths. Completely relax. And you can wait right there for the next one. Stay in your child's pose if you want to. If you'd like to vinyasa, we'll head up and back to downward facing dog. Find your down dog. Alignment checks. Shoulders away from the ears. Weight into the roots of the fingers. Heels reaching towards the floor. And then send the feet forward. Inhaling for flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale all the way up, reaching up high, getting taller. And exhale to a tall mountain. And again, inhale, arms go up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale for flat back. Exhale, down, heading back to plank. And lowering chaturanga. Inhale, up. And exhale, downward facing dog. From here, lowering to hands and knees. We only have 2 strength poses left. Let's talk for a sec. 2 strength poses yet left. So one's for shoulders, one's for back. Which one should we do first? Okay, I guess I can't wait for a response. So let me know in the comment section if I was wrong or right. My shoulders are on fire, but I think we should just get her done. Okay, so if you need rest, go for it. Remember, you can yell at me in the comment section for sure, okay? Because this might be the wrong choice, but dolphin pulses. I think we should just get her done, okay? So if you want to use a block to keep the hands apart, enough, yay distance apart, go ahead. I have forgotten my block and I don't feel like going to get it. So I'm going to make sure my hands don't go inward, okay? Here we go. So once your forearms are set up, then tuck the toes under, hips press up and back to your dolphin. Here we go. And there's little pulses. So heart goes towards the feet, towards the feet. You can look forward to be sure that your hands are still moving outward, elbows moving inward. Breathing deep. See, it's not so bad. Keep going. Try to use each arm equally, like equal strength. Sometimes there's a tendency, if you're like right side dominant or left side dominant, the dominant arm likes to take over. Don't let it. We're already in the home stretch. I think this was a good decision. Get this one out of the way because it's one of the hardest, but it's also one of the most beneficial for that good, healthy, confident looking posture. Last 10 seconds. I know because last time I said 5 when it was right about there. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Grab a child's pose. And now we're done the hardest one. Relax, 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 relax. Slowly. So either stay where you are. If you want a little bit longer rest, no problem. If you want a little vinyasa between, then heading up and back to your downward facing dog. Shoulders away from the ears, pouring weight into the roots of the fingers, heels lowering down towards the floor. And send the feet forward. Inhaling for flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale all the way up, reaching up high, getting taller. And exhale to a tall mountain. Inhale, arms go up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale for flat back. Exhale down, heading back through plank. And lowering chaturanga. Inhale, up. And exhale, downward facing dog. Gently lowering through the hands and knees, and lowering all the way to your bellies for our last strength one. And my arms feel like jello. Oh my gosh. Okay, so our cobra ups is our last strength one. So let's just get started. We've already done this one a few times in our 0 to hero, so I won't explain it so much, but I'll talk you through it. So here's our timer going. Point the toes and use the glutes. So use your back body strength. We use our arm strength to get up, and then use the glutes and the back body to lower. So it's with resistance. The back is working, back is working, back is working, back is working. Keep going at your own pace. I recommend a slow one after all we've done. Slowly. So try to use the back. Use the back, use the back, use the back, use the back, and the glutes. Use the back and the glutes. Keep going at your own pace. This one goes a lot faster, I think, than all of the other ones. Just trying to get the back fired up in different spots. This one just gets different, like a little bit lower in the back, which protects the low back, right? Nice, big, strong muscles supporting the low back so we stay healthy forever. Squeezing the glutes. And a home stretch, almost done. So really using those back muscles, getting them fired up. Wherever you're at, last one. And either resting cheek onto hands or child's pose. Relax, 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 relax. You're all done the strength work for today. From here, come on up to seated. Just a little bit of stretching. Baddha Konasana, bound angle pose, soles of the feet together. And inhale, lifting up tall. On the exhale, forward fold. Just allow, this is just as much a hip opener as it is a let the shoulders relax pose. Softening and melting. Slowly, slowly come on up. And from here, returning to Dandasana staff pose. And then we'll head into a wide-legged seated forward bend, so Upavishta Konasana, which is just stepping those feet apart as far as they want to go today. It's like a different variation. So don't worry too much about technique, just bleh, okay? Softening and relaxing. More of a straddle, like a yin straddle. And slowly slowly start to come up. And from here, let's head back to Dandasana staff pose, and we'll lay all the way onto our backs, preparing for options here. So either Urdhva Dhanurasana, upward facing bow pose, otherwise known as in gymnastics it's bridge pose, or some people call it full wheel, but it's actually upward facing bow pose. If you're like, forget it, my arms, there's no way, then either bridge pose, Setu Bandha Sarvangasana, or like a nicer version of that, like a restorative version of that, where you place your hips on a block, okay? So I'll talk us through Urdhva Dhanurasana, upward facing bow, but remember those other two options are completely available. I recommend them. Laying all the way onto your backs. And for Urdhva Dhanurasana, bending the knees, placing the feet on the floor, maybe a little wider than hips width apart if you're looking for a little bit more stability. And then hands beneath the shoulders, not crowding the neck. We press up to the head for a couple deep breaths. Top of the head, couple deep breaths. And when you're ready, pressing all the way straight. A few deep breaths here. And then lowering all the way down. When you're ready, hug your knees into your chest and gently rock from side to side. From here, preparing for twisted roots. Right leg crosses all the way over left. Hips shift to the right as the legs go to the left. And scoop the belly in. Press the low back into the floor. Unraveling, unwinding, squaring everything up. Hug both knees into your chest between sides. Maybe a little rock back and forth. Side to side. And preparing for the other side. Left crossing all the way over right. Hips shift to the left as the legs go to the right. Shoulders remain on the floor. And scoop the belly in. Press the low back into the floor. Unraveling, unwinding. When you're ready, hugging those knees in. Gently rocking from side to side. A little extra squeeze to release the back after our twist. Hugging those knees in just a little bit more. And releasing all the way into Shavasana. Grabbing your teddies and blankies, whatever you need to feel cozy. And when you're ready, either supporting the back by keeping the knees bent and the feet on the floor, or extending the legs, arms along your sides, palms facing up, and closing the eyes. Softening everything, but especially through the neck and the shoulders and all the way down the arms. Letting the fingers softly curl. Softening through the face. Softening around the eyes. And even the muscle between the eyes. Just letting it all go. Starting to come back. Wiggle the fingers and the toes. And gently roll your head from side to side. And reaching your arms above head on the floor. Give yourself a big stretch, feeling totally refreshed. And bending your knees in one at a time. And gently roll over to the right side. Pausing there for a moment as you come back. And slowly start to press yourself all the way up to a comfortable seated position, taking all the time you need. And when you arrive, palms facing up on the knees. Inhale, sitting up tall, and exhale, softly close the eyes. Taking those final moments to think back to your intention that you set at the beginning of class today. Feeling that intention, knowing you're one step closer. And then tuning into your heart center. Just taking a moment to feel compassion for those around you, far, far away, maybe people you've never met before, other side of the world. Turning your attention a little closer, feeling compassion for those closest to you. Sometimes you don't even know what's happening with your best friend. We're all fighting our own battles that some of us don't even share that. Feeling compassion for those. And finally, looking even closer, looking into your own heart center and feeling the compassion you have for yourself. And slowly open the eyes. Namaste, everyone. Thank you so much for joining, and I will see you next time.